Alright everyone, welcome back. Season 4 of the IRS GT4 Championship. We are here at the Red Bull Ring for race 5. Things are getting tight in the championship. In the second day you'll see the overlay. But just to give you the let's run through the grid to give you the positions. Starting on pole, Harry Mop, back this week to run with us. Second place, the championship leader, starting second rather, the championship leader, R1600 Turbo. Starting third, right behind him in the championship, as well as on track here on the grid, is Timlour. Starting fourth, Moby. Starting fifth, a strong qualifying performance for the first of the Pro-Ams, fast one. Equally strong qualifying performance for GentlemanRacing, starting sixth. Starting seventh, Ace Boy in the Pro category. Struggling today with the Mercedes, as you may or may not be aware that GT Sport recently had a balance of performance update, and the Mercedes SLS got whacked hard, the Group 4 car at least. It may be the case with the Group 3 car, but not 100% on that. But the Group 4 car definitely lost a little power, gained a little weight. Tough. Desert Penguin, second in the Pro-Am Championship. Not the kind of qualifying he needed, but sure enough, he's fast. He'll be up there dicing it up with the other Pro-Ams and possibly even the pros, judging by how close the times are. And starting ninth, Race Fan, part of that Top Performance Motorsports team with Ace Boy. So, you know, again, the SLS getting crushed, the BOP. I mean, it isn't horrible, but it's just enough to skew things here. We'll go back up to the top. And up on the screen, you're going to see the overlay, just to give you the points layout. In the Pro class, you got Turbo leading with 75 points. These score totals reflect the, in the yellow there, you'll see the drop races. Timlour trailing with 66 points. Bambi, not here today, with 60 points. Moby 45 with 58. 49 for Harry Mop, and Ace Boy on 38 points. It looks like Moby 45 doesn't have a drop race reflected, so his score is actually a little bit lower. And we'll get to the Pro-Am point situation in a minute. So we're starting up now. Approaching this start-finish. And they're off. This bundle of cars together here. Yeah, we get a nice start, clean. And Harry Mop just taking off. Benefit of only having 1% of ballast. Moby 45 up to second. Took advantage of that good situation. GentlemanRacing. Oh, GentlemanRacing bumps the championship leader, R1600 Turbo, to a poor entry into turn 2 there. Thankfully, no damage for GentlemanRacing and no damage for Turbo. It's a close call. Stewards are going to have a little look at that. Look at this, we're coming in there 3 wide into turn 3. Thankfully, we get through it cleanly. Yeah, and you can see GentlemanRacing dropping back now as a result of that contact. He doesn't have damage, but he's probably a little skittish now. Mixing it up back there with Race Fan, who gets in the grass. Fast one in that NSX. Qualified 5th, now running in 8th. Only have 9 drivers here today. Yeah, participation seems to be taking a little bit of a hit here. It's summertime, nice weather. The game is getting a little bit long in the tooth, so you know, interest isn't there. But certainly, everybody here has got something at stake this week. And look at Desert Penguin. second place in the Pro-Am Championship, and he's making the most of it early on in the race here. Gets ahead of all the other Pro-Ams, and he's tucked in behind Ace Boy, probably hoping to grab onto that draft, just pull away from these guys. You can see Gentleman Racing, Race Fan, and Fast One in the NSX still in a tight pack with Desert Penguin. A nice healthy gap, but he's got to hold on to Ace Boy to benefit from that draft, and he's doing. Looks like he's doing it. Let's go on board with him. Yeah, I don't know if those wipers are helping him. It's probably breaking that draft benefit. Turn those things off. It's a nice sunny day. We know it rains quite a bit here in Austria, but you have to shut those down. He's there with the lead pack of pro cars. Harry Mop looks like he's gone. Well, he's extending his lead. He's not quite gone yet, but I got a feeling he will be. Sloppy through that section there, but stays with it. Staying with Ace Boy. Nice gap. Looking like Fast One. It's looking like Fast One. It's broken away from Gentleman Racing and Race Fan there. Yeah. And if you could reflect on that that overlay I had up, I'm going to put it back up for a few seconds here. Gentleman Racing's leading the Pro-Am Championship by 4 points. And this is exactly what he does not need. Oh, he's going to get a penalty on that. This is exactly what he doesn't need. He doesn't need Desert Penguin and Fast One taking off, pulling away. So he's probably thinking, he's hoping those two get to battling a little bit. Yeah, so he's got a 4-point lead, 33 points, 29 points for Desert Penguin, and 26 points for Race Fan. Fast One right behind him with 25 points. So it's a tight battle across both divisions. Let's get up with the leaders and see how they're doing. Run through the order. First, Harry Mop taking off on the pack of pro cars. As I said, he's at very low on ballast. Hasn't accrued much by the way of that. Obi also is low on ballast, but he's in the mix there with Timlour, Turbo, and Ace Boy trailing a little bit behind, but still in the pack nonetheless. There you have it. Look at Timlour. The fact that Timlour's trailing in this championship, he's got to try to gobble up as many points as he can and finish ahead of Turbo as often as he can to close that gap down. Is Turbo looking inside? Is he looking? No. If you just happen to come upon this video, be sure to go back and check on the rest of the series. Go back to race 1. Rather than provide a link, which I hope to do at some point in the future, but try to get these videos up as quick as we can. What you can do is subscribe to the channel and pour through our content. You'll find season 3 in there. It's incomplete, unfortunately. Coronavirus hit the studios hard, so the production fell behind, and we had to shift our focus to season 4 here, which we're hoping to bring to you in its entirety. And you can hear off in the distance that 458 Italia just streaking away. There it is. Looking good with the tires, just doing laps. Moby 45 holding his own in the Tequila Patron McLaren. Can he hold off Timlour? You can see he's got, you know, you can see that from having very little ballast, if any. I think he's carrying 1%. It's about an extra 30 pounds. Ooh. Timlour run wide. And then these two guys, Timlour and Turbo, they're on the full ballast. Full 5%, somewhere about 130 pounds extra weight above the normal GT Sport BOP numbers. And you can see it has its effect. And that's no disrespect to Moby or Harry Mop, but yeah. Yeah, that's no commentary on the other drivers who have no ballast, but it kind of brings things closer together, race to race. It's a different experience. It's quite the battle. So he's opening up a gap to Turbo, which is what he needs to do. He needs to finish at least one position every race going forward, maybe two if he can manage it. Because even with the drop races figured in, the big thing that Turbo has been able to do is to grab the bonus point for pole and fastest lap pretty consistently, which is why that gap has, in points, has grown. Let's go on board with Turbo. There you see Timlour up ahead, chasing Moby down. Also, earlier in the season, Timlour had some issues managing fuel during the pit stop and ran out a couple times. Hurt him. See if we can do the rest of this lap on board. See Ace Boy in the background there in that left side, driver's side mirror, hovering. Harry Mop entering turn one right now. Healthy lead. And Timlour, you can see he carries more speed through the corners, but that McLaren with the low ballast and its nice acceleration out of the corners just back and forth. It would be definitely to his advantage in terms of the championship situation. Right out to the very edge of the course there. Get the feeling that Turbo's really managing these tires. All right, let's see what's going on with the rest of the field. We got a tight battle here for second, third, and fourth, all within. Oh, fastest lap there. Is it fastest lap? No. It's the best final sector for Turbo. He's hanging back. Ace Boy not far behind. Fast one. Looks like he's been caught up by Desert Penguin. again, Gentleman Racing. Look at this. Desert Penguin trying to distract drivers with his wipers. Let's go on board with Gentleman Racing here. Fast one goes defensive, but oh, he gets out into the gravel. Gentleman Racing picks up the position. Oh, this is intense. This is what Gentleman Racing needs here. This is exactly what he needs. Oh, Desert Penguin gets out there into the powder. Have enough to get out alongside? He does. Gentleman Racing picks up 2 positions in a few corners. That's what he needs to extend his championship lead. Let's see if there's anything Desert Penguin's going to be able to do about it. He's got the wipers on. He's making moves. There's almost contact. Gentleman Racing goes defensive. How's this going to look coming up to this turn 2? Yes, Gentleman Racing stays inside. Oh, and Gentleman gets taken by Desert Penguin on the outside. That's not a very common move. That's nicely done. And he just rockets off, and that's the downfall of taking that inside defensive position. I don't know of any other corner in racing where it compromises you that much. Just get a terrible launch out of that corner when you go inside tight to defend. It's very, very underrated, the impact that it has. But Gentleman Racing appears to be undaunted by that. He's pretty strong through this sector. He's going for broke. This is where he made the move on the last lap, Gentleman Racing, so he's looking to close in. Fast one's back there, benefiting from the draft of these guys. Just bear in mind, Fast was very low on ballast. He's got maybe 1%, if any. So he's got to capitalize on that situation and try to take a win here in the Pro-Am class. Oh, Gentleman Racing goes. There's almost contact again. He gets through turn 1 so nicely. You see he's got a run here. He'll be able to use this. No. He likes to get a good exit. Penalties are set on weak, so you'll see these little half-second, on occasion a 1-second penalty if you're very sloppy through the corner and abuse it. But you got to just shrug it off and keep running your race. Try to burn it off as time goes by. Coming up on halfway through the race here. Now it's a 3-way battle again. There's Fast one, close right in. Gentleman Racing looking to go inside again. Through the penultimate turn here, will he make it? He does. See the crossover from Desert Penguin, doesn't make a move onto the final turn. And there it is, Gentleman Racing back up front in the Pro-Ams. Got Ace Boy up ahead in the Pro class, running his own race there. I think you're getting another penalty, Gentleman Racing. Let's see it. Game was generous to you. Slightly defensive, but not really. Oh, burns quite a bit of that penalty. Almost half of it. You see how he elected not to go defensive that time and just got through a little bit cleaner. Should be noted that both Gentleman Racing and Desert Penguin have the maximum ballast that a Pro-Am driver can accrue. They're at 3%. So they're about between 90 and 100 pounds heavier than the standard in-game BOP. Doesn't seem like much, but it starts to show itself with a little bit more tire wear and a little bit harder on fuel, ever so slightly. In these races, there isn't any type of mandatory pit stop, but it is there usually is one pit stop because they start off with 80 liters as opposed to 100, so at some point you've got to stop. Oh, speaking of, yeah, Gentleman Racing pits, and looks like Penguin and Fast One are going to continue on. Let's get up to the top of the field. Looks like Harry Mop's still out there, hasn't pitted. Oh, and Timlour's managed to get ahead of Moby, put Moby in between himself and Turbo, which is exactly what he needs. He needs things to finish like this, and we never want to wish anything ill on anyone, so we've got Harry Mop up there leading the way. Look like he's gonna secure the win here. What's the condition with the tires and the fuel? Timlour's, we're all looking about the same on fuel. And Moby's got just a hair bit more tire wear. Still a tight pack. They all stay out. On board with Moby now. Drawing right in. Back end on Timlour's car gets a little loose. He's got the run now. We gotta go TV cams. Timlour goes defensive. Double draft for Turbo. Moby gonna hold on from the outside, and he does. And they're 3 wide. Oh lordy. And Turbo moves ahead of Timlour. Oh man, what a turn of events. What can Timlour do here? Pit strategy, maybe. He's got to be careful, though. He's had some bad outcomes with poor planning out of the pits. As I mentioned earlier, he's run out of fuel a couple of times. Let's see if they go in. Who goes in? We all stay out. Moby gets out wide. Probably going to pick up a penalty. No, he doesn't. Must have lost enough time there. Oh! Oh, and Turbo dipped into the inside there. Moby just went a hair wide. Really nothing major, but he's a technician, that R1600 Turbo. He's able to pounce. Just glad we were able to see it. And now Timlour gets by, and I thinking that's tire wear. No, not really. Just a small mistake. A hair. hit the halfway mark. We're hearing that Fast One got by in a controversial way. Fast One got by Desert Penguin on the previous lap. There was some argy-bargy. Neither car is damaged, but the stewards are talking. A lot of headlight flashing by Desert Penguin in frustration. See if he managed to turn those wipers off. And he has. Turned those wipers off. Must have been so much red mist. He had to clear it. And Penguin pits. Timlour pits. Fast One stays out. Fast One really extending the first stint. Gentleman Racing looks like he may just come out ahead of Desert Penguin. Yep, he's going through turn one. You see Desert Penguin there, just exiting the pits. About a 1 1/4 second gap. Let's hope Gentleman Racing took enough fuel on. I don't know about that stop. Let's see what their fuel situations are. About the same. And Harry Mop, the leader, is in. Moby's in. Looks like Timlour and Turbo both pitted. They both took their pit stops, so it's on now. 13 laps. Harry Mop, Moby, still in the pits. Harry Mop's out. And you can see Moby 45 there, just rounding the corner. Gets out right with these guys. Holy Lord. What a race. And they're back together. The three amigos. Yeah, folks, that's the kind of racing that we see here week in, week out in the IRS GT4 Championship. If you're looking to get involved or you're interested, check us out. We post all the information on gtplanet.net. Just look for the GT Sport forums, the Gran Turismo section, and there's a section in there for a weekly racing series. Those aren't official racing series. There's a number of people that plan league-style events. So join us, gtplanet.net, Gran Turismo subforums, Gran Turismo Sport. But I digress. You see here this intense battle for second. This is what Timlour needs, but he's going to have to hold off Turbo as long as possible. He needs this. He needs these points. As it stands right now, if we were to finish in this order, Turbo would get 18 points and Timlour would get 20 and help close that gap to the championship. Which is it's a 9-point gap. Got this race and 3 more to go. Oh, and Turbo's gonna try to make that move outside. Timlour goes defensive. Timlour, it's a little loose in the rear end, which is very strange when that's an all-wheel drive car. Perhaps a little rearward brake bias is in play there. Let's see what's going on with the Pro-Ams. Yeah, you see Desert Penguin in pursuit of Gentleman Racing. Puts on his best lap. See if we can check Gentleman Racing's best lap. It's a 1:36.638 for Desert Penguin and a 1:36.680. So Desert Penguin's definitely got the pace. Made up over 3/10 on the last lap alone. He's within that draft area the game has. Fast one's still out there. Must be pitting this lap. He's low on fuel. Stay with him. Running the 137s, 138, so he's in danger of getting caught by the other Pro-Ams. Yeah, he's gonna get caught. Oh, and it looks like he comes out ahead, but he forgot to take fuel. Oh, disastrous stop. He may be able to make it around to come back in and grab some fuel, but that's disastrous. Very unfortunate. Miscommunication in the pits. And it compromises the whole race. And he ran so long, I mean, he wouldn't have needed a lot of fuel. You know, might have still come out behind them, but now with a whole other stop to do, we'll have to see what he does. I mean, it's only one thing he can do is come in. How are Gentleman Racing and Desert Penguin doing? Oh, mega penalty being carried by Gentleman Racing, over a second, and that plays on your mind. You got to kind of almost block it out and just keep running, hope that it burns off, or you build up enough of a gap. Oh boy, yep, and it looks like Gentleman Racing and Desert Penguin get by. So just about the length of the straight there, after turn one. Gentleman Racing burns a little bit of the penalty off, but oof, that's got to be playing on his brain. Does he check the mirrors? Does the avatar check the mirror? Nope. Ooh, goes in a little hot. Surprised he didn't lose any more, burn any more of that penalty time. It's a horrible entry. Therein lies the problem. If he keeps a good pace, doesn't lose time, he gets to hold on to the penalty. But if he's burning off the penalty time, that means he's losing time on track. So, yeah, it's a real mind bender. Go on board with Desert Penguin. It's drawing in. We saw Gentleman Racing hop that inside curb. In real danger now, Gentleman Racing. Still mega penalty time. And, burns quite a bit of it. Gets it down to half a second. Brakes early, or lifts a little bit. There's definitely a technique to burning that penalty time off. But no matter what, you lose time. You gotta run clean. Look at this steering angle he has cranked on that wheel. Let's check the race for second. Oh! Desert Penguin's now got a half a second penalty. Let's run through the order. Harry Mott with a substantial lead. Little penalty time, but it's irrelevant. Very nice drive by him. Got pole. Most likely going to get the win. Let's see if he can get the fastest lap. Turbo. Second. Timlour in third. Moby fourth with a 1:35.751 fastest lap. Fifth, Ace Boy. Sixth, Gentleman Racing. Just slowly getting rid of that penalty. 2 seconds. Oh, what is happening here? It's getting in his head. 8th, fast one. Trying to make up that lost time, having to do a second pit stop after they forgot to fill her up on the first stop. And Race Fan running in 9th, struggling with that extra weight. Let's go back up to that battle for second in the closing laps here. Lot to cover here. Only 9 races, but as you can see, with 2 significant battles going on. Tough with our limited production capabilities here. We're going to stick with these guys for the duration. Periodically we'll check on Gentleman Racing and Desert Penguin. Timlour closes in. Can he use that draft to his advantage? Turbo's avatar, check the mirror there. When and where? Those are the 2 unanswered questions. When will Timlour make a move, and where will he make the move? Is he just hanging back, waiting for an opportunity until the time comes? It's a little early to be looking for a move when the lap times are this tight. Still 5 laps to go, 4 more after this one. Five more after this one. Check on Gentleman Racing. He's still got Desert Penguin back there. Penguin still with 1.8 seconds of penalty time. Gentleman Racing's burned his off. Moby 45 falling back a little bit to these guys, but if they start battling, he'll be right back in the mix. Just gotta stay smooth. I have to say, it's a great race. Looks like Gentleman Racing's opened up a little bit of a gap back to Desert Penguin. Let's see where Fast One is. Fast One's a ways back. Can he close this gap with 4 laps remaining? We shall see. More penalty time? Back to the front. Well, not the very front. As you can see, Harry Mop's up there going through turn 2 already. Looks like Timlour carried a little bit, just a touch more speed through that corner. Awful low on fuel. Lights flashing. Turbos flashing as well? Nope, not quite yet. Harry Mop's very nice. Very light on fuel. Not very light, but he's got plenty. Is what I meant. Brain fart, people. It happens. Yeah, Timlour, that Lamborghini's thirsty. Hope he can make it to the finish. McLaren's kind of thirsty too. not short shifting. Let's go up to our leader. Give him some onboard loving. Gotta love the sound of that car. Looks like Desert Penguin's burned off his penalty time, but now he's got Fast One on his tail. And this is gonna be interesting. How are the tires? Yeah, and you can see through that corner that Desert Penguin was really beating up the left side tires. And he's already in a tough position because look at Fast One's tires. Oh, fresh. They're not brand new, but they're slightly used. Certified pre-driven tires. Pitted late, pitted on lap 19. Had he, you know, what would have been, what could have been if he'd taken fuel on that first stop and not had that error. Look at it, gets through the corner nice. It's alongside. Desert Penguin, it's tucked right underneath the splitter. Penguin goes defensive, then he goes back outside. Oh, a little argy-bargy there. Oh, and more argy-bargy. Oh boy. Fast One, he's got damage. We don't like to see this. This is not good. Fast One taking damage. Both cars taking damage. And now it's a back and forth. Oh, Desert Penguin squeezing. Squeezing. Little retribution. We hate to see this, so we're gonna go ahead and some deliberate contact there. So takes away from the glory of Harry Mop's fantastic win. Turbo locks down second place and expands his lead in the championship. Timlour is gonna have to come up with a plan for the last 3 races. Moby with a good race just outside the podium on 4th. Ace Boy in 5th. GentlemanRacing 6th place, extending his lead in the Pro-Am category thanks to the argy-bargy-ness between Fast One, Desert Penguin 8th, and Race Fan in 9th. Alright folks, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we get a little bit cleaner racing towards the end there in the back of the field. See you next week at Interlagos.